not too much. And that's why we need to talk not just about nutrients or even just about food, but about how much we eat.
Thanks for coming for lunch today. Like I promised, it's a free lunch. Okay, so let's go on, let's get started. One thing that I've learned, having done hundreds and hundreds of studies related to eating behavior, is that to a person, we believe we are master and commander of all of our food decisions, but we're not. We make over 200 decisions about food a day, and the majority of these decisions are basically unconscious to us. So grab a plate up there, the pasta's right on the stove, serve yourself up.
Brian Wansink is an expert on eating behavior. He's discovered we're often not aware of why we eat as much as we do. Sometimes it's because of something we don't give the slightest thought to, like the size of our plate.
We'll bring people in, we'll give them a large plate to serve themselves, but what they don't realize is that the pasta is cold.
Wansink concocts an excuse so that everyone has to get a different plate, which is slightly smaller.
These things weren't the right temperature. Because I'd like you to come back and just grab another plate out of the cupboard there. And one of the things we find is that they'll serve themselves a second time. They won't believe they served an amount any different than they did the first time. Did you guys notice anything different between the first time you served yourself and the second time you served yourself?
It feels a lot smaller. It looks smaller.
Oh.
So here's one thing we found. The size of a plate tremendously biases us in terms of how much we serve.
The smaller the plate, the less food people take.
Serving. You serve 4 ounces on a 9-inch plate, you go, holy cow, I'll never be able to eat that. So let's take a look at what happened to you guys. Now, so the big plate, 207 calories. The smaller plate, it dropped down to 162 calories. Whoa, that's about 40 calories, 400. If this happened 3 times a day, over the course of a year, by using a smaller plate, you'd end up weighing 9 pounds less than you would if you had a bigger plate. Just really, really small things make this really huge difference. When it comes down to it, the changes we can make most immediately are the changes we can make when we go home tonight. They're the changes we can make in our own kitchen or in our own house. Like simply using smaller plates.
Use smaller plates and glasses. Serve the vegetables first. Wansink has also found that the order in which we encounter foods influences not just how much we eat, but what we eat. He's now working with schools around the country to redesign lunch lines so that kids will choose healthier foods.
This is about the most difficult place in the world to get people to eat better. It's a middle school and a high school cafeteria. Here's how we do it. We reorganize the line with the healthiest food first. We find people are 11% more likely to take the first thing they see than the third thing. So let's load it up with the healthy vegetables. After that, we've got the low-fat hamburgers, whole grain buns here, bean quesadillas. And it's only then do they hit the really indulgent stuff. But you know, hey, it's too late. Their plates are already full with the good stuff.
You know that's working by the fact that we used to only do 25 pounds of carrots a week for all 3 buildings, and now we go anywhere from 70 to 75 pounds of carrots a week. They don't even realize it, a lot of them, that, wow, we're eating better. It's just happening.
The other thing we do, we take the fruit and we put it right next to the cash register. What we find is fruit sales go up 103% simply by putting the fruit in a nice basket and putting it next to the cash register. And the exact same thing that works for selling Twinkies in a convenience store works for getting people to eat healthier in high schools and junior highs.
And it's not just kids who are influenced by where and when they see food. The order of items at a breakfast buffet had a similar effect on adults.
We found that the first 3 things they saw comprised 66% of everything they took. So in one case, they saw cheesy eggs first, they saw bacon, they saw fried potatoes. 2/3 of their plate, cheesy eggs, bacon, fried potatoes. If instead they saw fruit first and low-fat granola, low-fat yogurt, they end up taking 2/3 of their plate from those items. It's incredible the impact the order of food has on whether we take it or not.
All these little environmental cues are very important in our appetite. We think of appetite as this biological absolute. This is how hungry I am. But in fact, it, like so many other things, is constructed, is socially constructed, environmentally constructed, and influenced by all these little things. So I see great potential to harness that kind of thinking and those kind of insights to redesign the buffet line, to redesign the plate, to redesign the food environment in which we live.